I'm Troy Anderson. This is my interpersonal communication project. My interpersonal communication outline, the learner will utilize the following categories in this presentation. Introduction, identification of an overarching goal, description of how many background and behavior blends have influenced my conversation positively or negatively, defining the potential barriers in my interpersonal context, identifying and providing solutions to noise pollution, both internal and external, and an action plan. Introduction. Bridges Not Walls lays the foundations for the interpersonal communication and presentation, and listening, the forgotten skill, will provide the basic structure. Interpersonal communication is defined as the kind of communication that happens when people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal. So the basic definition of interpersonal communication is pretty simple. It's the counterpart of impersonal communication. Identification of a OAG. Self-awareness and increased productivity can be achieved through listening to yourself. It is difficult to understand others until we learn to listen effectively to others. My overarching goal is to become a better communicator and to also become a better listener, which will help me endure less conflict, stress, drama, and confusion when dealing with others. Overarching goal: there is a direct link between the quality of your communication and the quality of your life. Inhaling is taking in, and exhaling is what is given out of the communication process. Inhaling was described as our perception, as well as our way of perception affects the ways in which we communicate with people. Exhaling is the expression and the disclosure of oneself. OAG continued. Mindful listening is the mind and body working together to communicate. It does not require two functioning ears to listen in a mindful way. Mindful listening requires you to see, hear, and feel with your whole being. OAG continued. Empathic listening focuses on the other person's thoughts and feelings. It requires three skill sets: focusing, encouraging, and reflecting. Focusing means being mindful by aiming your posture, making appropriate eye contact, moving responsibly, and making responsive sounds. Enlarging the conversation. The Peterson text outlines a useful and basic way on how to communicate and become a good listener. His use of A-frame cards was a brilliant idea, folding it in the middle so that the talker is on one side and the listener on the other side. It's like a game people choose to play together to communicate. It works like this: one person talks, the other person listens. When the talker finishes, so does the listener, and the direction is reversed. Enlarging the conversation continued. Peterson discussed the flat brain theory of emotions in three parts. First, the stomach, and second, the heart functions, and third, the head functions, which incorporate what we consider the logical part of us. My background: I'm an African American male. My parents were separated but also co-parented. Middle child with an older sister, two younger brothers. I'm single, educated with an associate's, bachelor's, and now currently working on a master's. Family oriented, religious, ambitious, independent. The positives of that is morals and values, great support system, smart, intelligent, adaptable, understanding, wisdom. The negatives: possibly middle child syndrome, having to go from parent to parent, stress due to wanting success, discrimination, stereotypes, loneliness. Behavioral blend. One's behavioral blend is likely to determine what others think about the person, one's thoughts and feelings, one's leadership and following styles, one's strengths and weaknesses, and approach to conflict management. The DISC models define 4 different characteristics. D, active and task-oriented. I, active and people-oriented. S, passive and people-oriented. and C, passive and task-oriented. The uniquely you personality profile, my this is expected of me and this is me this, is basically the same, which show I have a personality type of CS. I am more laid back and like to listen to others rather than be the one to do a lot of speaking unless I am asked for my opinion or answers. I am not nonchalant at times and become content with the norm instead of taking risks. Personality type CS, reserved, people-oriented, rather be one-on-one instead of a group, behind the scenes, great friend, loyal listener, easily liked. Potential barriers, self-disclosure, difficult conversations, challenging conversations, negative self-talk, biases, illness, and fatigue. Potential barrier solutions. Be more open in communicating with others. Be clear and truthful when having a difficult or challenging conversation. Be positive at all times. Be patient and do not form an opinion until I know all facts. Be attentive even though I am tired or sick. Noise pollution, internally. Bias. The way I would deal with that is patient and not passing judgment based off past experiences. Fatigue. I will be assertive and listening even when tired. Hearing what you want. Show empathy and understanding. Emotional listening. Don't act off of impulses. Think thoughts and responses through. Noise pollution. Externally. Views of outside activity or scenery. I will stay focused. Clock watching. Keep busy. Interruptions. Phone calls. Pay attention to the task at hand and block it out. Loud noises. Go to a safe and peaceful place. Talker not speaking loudly enough. Ask the talker to speak up. Talker speaking too rapidly. Ask the talker to please slow down. Plan of action. Take time to self-reflect. Travel and get away from school and work. Communicate better with others. Listen to what others have to say. Show empathy and understanding. Stay positive and pray. Conclusion. Communication traps are things that get in the way of listening well and affect communications. I found several of the basic listening skills to be most beneficial for me to keep in mind. I found the context of this course helpful in regards to becoming a better listener. It serves as an overall catalyst to my development of competency in the counseling field. Thank you.